Hi, my name is Jacob, and welcome to another episode of Raw and Uncut on the Abrasive Conversations platform. Today I want to speak about the amazing work that Banyana is doing, representing South Africa, not just on the African continent, but also in the world. So for those who doesn't know who Banyana is a South African soccer team, or as Europeans would put it, football team. So they are the national team, and that's our endearing term for our national soccer team. Now, interestingly, this week, I think last week, yes, still this week, they qualified for the World Cup. So that's amazing. So they achieved something that the South African men's team couldn't achieve, I think since 2002. The last time the South African men's team qualified for a soccer tournament was for the 2002 World Cup. I think it was in Japan, Tokyo, South Korea. I think it was that specific World Cup. The World Cup that Brazil subsequently won. So, how many years then now? 20 years. So 20 years have passed since the men's team have qualified for World Cup. But Banyana did it. So we are proud of Banyana. And not only did they qualify for the World Cup, they also won the African Nations Cup. So we have champions amongst our midst. They will soon be returning home, and I think we must give them the support, the necessary support that they need from us. So let's go to the airports where they are. Let's go to the parades, and let's join in the celebrations. So they made South Africa proud in this particular instance. But talking about support, what we can also do to support them is to pressurize our government to give Banyana the money, the same type of money that the men's team are getting. So the women's soccer team doesn't get the same salaries and same level of remunerations as the Bafana is getting, the men's soccer team. So that's one thing that we can do from our side as citizens, but also as supporters of football or soccer in South Africa. We must pressurize our government and SAFA to give equal pay to Banyana. I think this argument that women's soccer is not bringing enough sponsorships or isn't giving enough brand exposure is a lie. I think women's soccer is getting right up there with men's soccer, and it's one of the most interesting and competitive sports of global sports events. Many people are watching it now, turning away from men's soccer to watch women's soccer. So that is the one thing that we can do. We can ask our government and pressurize SAFA into paying Banyana the same salaries as men are getting. And not just for soccer, we must also extend it to cricket, rugby, and all other sports codes. There cannot be an income or unequal pay for the same type of work that has been doing in South Africa. Is actually against labor relations in South Africa. So I don't know why South Africa isn't, or SAFA is not giving attention to it. It got so bad that there's now a case for the Gender Commission in South Africa, looking into the fairness in terms of the remuneration of Banyana, the players in there. So let's support them in that particular instance. Just before I drop off, something that's interesting, and I don't know that many people knew, that our soccer team, the men's soccer team, at one point was ranked 16 in the world, meaning that in 1996 they were part of the top 20 soccer teams in the world. 1996. That year they also won the African Cup of Nations, and it's the last time they won any major tournament. So what happened since then? What happened since 1996? And I can tell you exactly what happened in 1996. Politics started creeping into soccer, and it became over-politicized, and the development, there wasn't focus on development. So I think what women's soccer is getting right in South Africa is the developmental structures. And I think universities are playing a major role in terms of the development of women's soccer in South Africa. I know UWC, the University of the Western Cape, is one of the biggest feeders of the Banyana Banyana soccer team. So I think universities are playing a crucial role. So with that being said, is that there's also the Varsity Cup soccer at universities, and over the years it became a very competitive environment. So I think there was recently a debate that Hugo Bros opened with regards to the quality of soccer players in the PSL. I think the selectors have to extend their view a little bit further than the Premier League. I think they need to look not just at the Premier League, but they also need to look at other places like the Varsity Cup and see if there is potential players that can in the future play for the South African soccer team, and then put them in a high performance environment, developing them into the type of national soccer player that you want, but Banyana Banyana. So I think the solving the problem of soccer in South Africa is deep. It's going to take years. So we need to find alternative ways in terms of the selecting and looking at young players and then put them in a high performance area. But as I make this suggestion, I also know that this will not take place because it has become over politicized in South Africa. So hopefully we will improve in terms of ranking. So from ranked 16 in the world, we're currently 68 in the world. So that is just disappointing. In Africa, we're not even part of the top 10 football nations on this continent. We're not even in the top 10. Banyana Banyana, on the other hand, is 59 in the world, but they rank number 4 on the African continent. So Banyana Banyana is doing great things, and the coaching team of Banyana Banyana, and also the developmental and the vision when it comes to women's soccer in South Africa, I'm very excited about it. I know at your LFA leagues, your local football associations, there is very good developmental structures in place, and they are playing really hard. I've watched some LFA women's football matches, and it is the most exciting that I've seen. I think even the spectators that I was with in those few occasions enjoy it much more than they enjoy men's football. So this is an exciting period for South Africa, but also exciting period for the world. I think we have to extend our support to Banyana Banyana, but also make sure that they get the same value as men. And I'm of the belief they must not just get the same value, they must actually get more, because currently they're the only football team in South Africa that is flying our flag high. So thank you Banyana Banyana. Keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully with the upcoming World Cup you will make it all the way to the finals. So all the best, and I, and like many South Africans, will keep a close eye on you. Thank you very much for your support. and not just for your support, but also for giving the thumbs up and the comments in the section. I truly appreciate it. And I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and join the discussion. I'm always encouraging join the discussion, because it's good if people leave comments, disagree, because it's only through conversation that we can take relationships to a much better place. So thank you for watching. May God bless, and until we see each other again. Bye-bye.